perhaps I can help her with this. Stick around. This channel is about
so amazing. Everyone, please welcome to the show, Ty Smith.
What is the dealio, Fokios and Fokaramas? I am Ty Smith, Model Renaissance Man. Welcome to my channel, Model Renaissance Man. If you have been following my channel for some time, like years or something like that, double check to make sure that you are subscribed. If you are just following my channel as of late, then if you want to subscribe, go ahead and do it. But I would urge you to get an idea what my channel is about and all that it entails besides these videos like this and reaction videos. There's a ton of stuff I do on here. You will find yourself coming into a plethora of different topics that I cover on here. DIY, how to fix your car, how to fix something in your house, yada yada peanut butter. Okay. Anyway, so shout out to my guy Right Wing Angel, who posts a lot of things on here that just gives me something to flame off on. And a lot of people just said, Ty, can you check this out? Because I think you will find great interest in this video right here with a woman getting ready trying to define women. So I brought it up, and I'm going to listen to it, and I'm going to give my analysis to it accordingly. Now, if some of you are going to complain about, why are you pausing it? What? I'm going to watch the video in its entirety first. Well, then I'm going to come back and pause it and pause it. Anyway, let's get ready to get into this, folks. All right. Here we go.
Since you are the president of the National Women's Law Center, I was hoping that you could define what a woman is for us in this committee hearing.
Well, as the president of the National Women's Law Center, you can imagine I say woman a lot in my day job.
Okay, so I'm just asking for the definition.
So what I'll tell you is I am a woman. That's how I identify.
Okay.
But I wonder, however, if in part the reason that you're asking a question is that you're trying to suggest that people who
I am
don't
simply asking
identify
the
as
question,
women
and I
can't
simply
be
want an
pregnant.
answer.
And so I think it's actually really important to be very clear here that there are people who identify as non-binary. I think about 5% of young people.
We're not going to go there. I was hoping maybe you would. I was hoping that maybe you would say something that maybe we learned in high school biology, has to do with X and Y chromosomes, but which define male and female. But I guess we're not going to get there.
Nope. Oh, shoot. Oh, man. Oh, I like this right here. Now I'm going to give my analysis on this. For those of you that don't want me to pause it, I'm going to pause it a lot right here. So let's go.
Since you are the president of the National Women's Law Center, I was hoping that you could define what a woman is for us in this committee hearing.
Well, as the president of the National Women's Law Center, you can imagine I say woman a lot in my day job.
Okay, so I'm just asking for the definition.
That's it. Listen to how she...
And
see, I knew the minute he said that, and I knew. I'm like, oh, here we something's about to come.
The definition.
So what I'll tell you is I am a woman. That's how I identify.
Right there. I would have. See, that's what I'm saying. When I talk to people like this, I stop them. Oh, okay, I get it. No, I'm not asking you how do you identify. I'm asking you, can you define woman? You know what I'm saying? Quit trying to divert it and make it about you and what you feel and what you think and all that. I just want to know, can you define woman? That's it. What is a woman? That's it. Define the word woman.
I am a woman. That's how I identify.
Okay.
But I wonder, however, if in part the reason that you're asking.
See, I'm not asking you if you're wondering anything or why I'm asking you the question. I'm just asking you just to define woman. Don't sit there and wonder why I'm asking you. I just want you to answer the question. Ma'am, can you tell me what 2 + 2 is? I think according to what you're trying to do right now is you're trying to attack the Common Core curriculum. I'm just asking you, can you give me the sum of what 2 + 2 is? How about what 2 × 2 is? Anyway.
I wonder, however, if in part the reason that you're asking a question is that you're trying to suggest that people who
I am
don't
simply asking the
identify as
question,
women
and I
can't
simply
be
want an
pregnant.
answer.
Now, look, if y'all didn't hear that, I know there's a little interruption in there, but she said, are you asking that question for those that don't, that do? Let me watch this.
You're trying to suggest that people who
I am
don't
simply asking the
identify as
question,
women
and I
can't
simply
be
want an
pregnant.
answer.
She said that those who don't identify as women can't get pregnant.
That you're trying to suggest that people who
I am
don't
simply asking the
identify as
question,
women
and I
can't
simply
be
want an
pregnant.
answer.
And so I think it's actually really important to be very clear here that there.
You're not being clear. That's it. He asked a question.
Sir.
And so I think it's actually really important to be very clear here that
That she is bought off.
very clear here that there are people who identify as non-binary. I think
Okay.
about
All right.
5% of young
We're not
people
going to go
do.
there. I was hoping maybe you would.
See, I would see right there. I would have just stopped her. I would have just stopped her.
Identify as non-binary.
I didn't ask you if there are people out there that identify as non-binary, cis. I didn't ask you that. I'm asking you. Can you define woman and all that it entails? Can you do that for me? And trying to go all off to say, well, you know, there are people. I didn't ask you about people. See,
who identify as non-binary. I think
okay.
about 5% of young people.
We're not going to go there. I was hoping.
I didn't ask you about no percentage of people that identify. I don't care. I don't care if they like popsicles. I don't care if they like to ride ponies. I'm not asking you any of that. I'm asking you to define woman. I'm not asking you to tell me how many people identify as anything else. Define what a woman is.
We're not going to go there. I was hoping maybe you would. I was hoping that maybe you would say something that maybe we learned in high school biology.
I'm trying to see what else she said right
maybe
here.
You would. I was hoping that maybe. We're not going to go there. I was hoping maybe you would. I was hoping that maybe you would say something that maybe we learned in high school biology that has to do with X and Y chromosomes, but which define male and female. But I guess we're not going to get there.
Okay, so yeah, ladies and gentlemen, that is absolutely just crazy, and this is really just sad. I told you guys, look. If somebody took us to a mental asylum and they had, you know how they used to show like in some of these, I don't know if y'all ever was like a fan of like DC Comics or any type of like Marvel movies or anything like that. Or even just if you just watch cartoons or some type of thing where they actually have like these lunatics, like, you know, especially with Batman. Batman got all these different nemesis that he fight. And y'all ever seen like a part in there where Batman just, or, you know, in the movie, they just show a part where you are going through the prison or the place that they're locked up at. And they got like Riddler in the back, like he just keep on wanting to do riddles and all this. Then they got like the Joker off to the side. And then they got like all these different people that Batman locked up. They all have these different crazy personalities and different, they're intelligent, but they're just crazy. Her and the chick the other day that was super crazy wide-eyed like that, and other folks, can you imagine, I'm serious, if we put them all into like a little cell, their own cell, and just had them up there repeating what she said right there, we would look at them and say they're crazy. Ladies and gentlemen, see this cell that we're walking through right here? These are those that are confused about what a man and a woman is. And you walking through there, and you just happen to see her. Sir, no, I see what you're doing. You're trying to say that the cis and those that I unidentify as it is are not non-binary, cisphomio, bophomio, cotomio, fiphomio binomials. And you will say that, oh, okay. And like here, there's another woman who can identify and cannot define what a woman is. I'm not a biologist. I'm not a biologist. See what y'all don't understand is that we're not asking her if she was a biologist. We just asked her, can she define woman? There are 5% of people out there that do identify that, and you're just only trying to do that because you just want to know if those that can't desist, that they can't get pregnant. And people will say, oh, okay, well, I see why they can't answer a simple question. Oh, wow, okay, all right. So anyway, if you have a hard time defining what a man and a woman is, I'll leave you with this and I'll say goodbye. So welcome, O ye who are all confused. I've come to enlighten you of this new world that we're coming into. If you were born in the 90s, in the late 90s, in the 2000s, this does not refer to you. If you were born in the year 2010 and above, this is for you. There's something called testicles that are in between an individual's leg. It contains testes. There is a line that goes from those testes called a vas deferens. It travels up into one's body, goes through something called a prostate. It's called a prostate gland. And it travels on and becomes something called a ureter. It comes out of a tube known as a penis. That penis pushes out something called urine. Urine flows from the bladder. But here's the interesting part. From those testes that I mentioned earlier, it produces something called sperm. The sperm consists of something called DNA, X, Y chromosomes. Those sperm travel up that vas deferens, and they end up going through something called a prostate gland. The prostate gland inserts something called seminal fluid or semen. It flows through that ureter, and it comes out in a huge explosion.
What the? Holy shit!
That will blow your mind.
No fucking way!
That is called sperm. It's also called your DNA. It's also called semen. Now, here's the other part that gets interesting. That, ladies and gentlemen, is what's called a man.
A man!
Oh, I know. Now let's move on. If you do not have those parts, take another look down there. You may see something that seems like it is a slit, a continuation from one's butt crack from the back. That's called a vagina. Now here's what's interesting about the vagina. It has a canal called the vagina. There's also a small tube in there called ureter as well. And out of that ureter, just like the man I mentioned earlier, outflows something called urine from your bladder. Now, as you keep traveling up the vaginal canal, you will run into something called a cervix. The cervix opens up into something called a uterus. Now, the uterus, as it opens and you go through the uterus, it branches off to two little tubes that are called the fallopian tubes. Isn't that wonderful? Isn't that wonderful? Those fallopian tubes flows out to something called ovaries. In those ovaries, it produces something called oocytes or something like that, known as your egg. Now, what's interesting is that out of those ovaries, something flows down those ovaries, and it comes out and it goes down your fallopian tube, called like an egg. That egg rests in the wall of your uterus, and if it's not fertilized, it will be covered by something called your blood. And that blood will flow out of your vaginal canal and into something like a tampon or a Tampax. And if you have a oopsie moment, don't know it's coming, it will flow into your underwear. That's called a menstrual cycle. Now, that, ladies and gentlemen, that individual is a woman. Oh, I know. Women. I said women. But that's why I am here to enlighten you. Isn't that wonderful? What's going on, everybody? So hey, check this out. I appreciate you guys watching. I appreciate you taking time out of your day to view these videos. Do not forget to subscribe to the channel, give the video a thumbs up, and also right here is where you can catch the next video, the latest video that I've done. But like right up here, this is stuff that I've done kind of in the past. So in this area, you might find a video that I've done in the past. It can be funny, it can be something serious, it does not matter. But this is something that you can also do to check out more material that I do in my channel, because I do a lot in this channel, all right? So again, appreciate everything from you guys. Keep on watching it, keep on supporting it, and God bless you all.